Take the wings in.
That looks amazing.
They're very spicy.
I don't want them. I don't like spicy.
I know.
I know you're just a little girl and I have to wipe your face
I
the whole
got
time.
I got this shit all.
I have to treat you like a baby, but you know.
I'm gonna need some beer. Wait a minute, drink, hurry up. Why is this thing shutting off? What's going on? That's one crazy bug. Well, it's the truth. Oh, I don't care. It's funny. I know. Everybody's pissed because I didn't give you the money shot of the brisket squirting all over the squeen. Squeen? Oh, yeah, squeen. You know, it's a squeen, Jeffrey. It's a squeen. And one great thing about cooking the ham in the, Jesus, or green bean cast. So much easier just to reheat it in a pit. Well, because you don't want to meese?
Obviously, this is a great day. I mean, I'm practicing social distancing, but look at those guys. See, they're practicing social distancing too. Very good. That's a really good social distancer there. Howdy.
Hi.
See, so you can still go out right in the neighborhood and just walk around. You got yourself some wine. Chardonnay, that is, from Wine Till Sold Out. I mean, I can get used to this. I think you can too. Oh, wait, I'm exhausted. Better. You know, and if you don't want to hold the bottle, the great thing about my new invention is you can just let it go down and you just got the tube sticking out. It works, trust me. We're all gonna be doing this real soon. The way this is going, don't be afraid right now. Just get yourself a nice hazmat suit. Enjoy the beautiful weather. I mean, look at it, it's gorgeous out today. People are working. Ugh. I gotta stop. Refill? So I'm sure a lot of you are thinking I'm taking this coronavirus way too serious. But god darn it, watch one of my old videos and I'll put it in a link above where somebody sneezed in my face. How terrible was that? Oh, his lawn looks incredible. I don't know if I'm talking too much in this mask and that's why it's fogging up, or if I'm running into a cloud of COVID-19. Either way, I'm protected. All right, I better get back to those chicken wings before they burn up. I think my timer's going off right now. If I don't win an Emmy Award for this content, it's rigged. I ain't kidding you.
You know when you're cooking at night, the weirdest things pop in your head. Stuff like, there's a skeeter on my, knock it off. There's a skeeter on my, knock it off. There's a one, there's a dozen. You can hear the buzzing. There's a skeeter on my Peter, knock it off. You can sing along if you want to.
We've all been there. Standing alone by our pits while it's raining, just praying we can light a match so we can have a fire. Our main goal in life is to be that husband, that dad, that hero that can provide our circle of life one incredible cook that will satisfy even the worst hunger for Q. So get ready. Ricer is here to bring you peace and end your struggles of failure. He is here to help you amplify your backyard barbecue fun. Oh, can somebody please tell me who wrote this crap? Welcome to Dead Broke Barbecue's Tavern Talk. Now here's your host, Ricer.
Well, hello everybody. How you guys doing? I thought at first that maybe my show wasn't showing up on live because we had a little glitch here. So hopefully I don't have any more of them because that always stinks when you have to deal with that. But hey everybody, thanks for joining me tonight. How is everybody doing on this wonderful Sunday? I am going to tell you that I didn't cook a darn thing at all. Oops, what? Darn bug on my lens. I should get my zapper out. I didn't cook anything at all. My youngest was in the cattle show yesterday, and we had that going on, and I did some video cooking. And then my oldest, he just came running home a little while ago because he caught a 23-inch northern, so he's all jacked up about that. So yeah, I didn't really cook anything at all. It was just one of those weekends that I didn't do darn thing, but I did videotape, but it was actually assembly videos and stuff like that. But I've had them on my list for a while, so I needed to get them done, and I'm excited that I got them done. So now I can start posting some of this stuff. But how's everybody doing out there right now? I'm going to have a special guest, somebody that I've been working with for a while, Brad Barrett from GrillGrate. I'm pretty excited about that. There's this, when you have a product and you're working with the company and you really like the product, it's pretty easy to have that come off and show up in the videos. And I love my GrillGrates, and I tell people that all the time. I think my GrillGrates are a necessity for grilling. I literally can't, once in a while, we do it because we're doing on a video or something like that. But just for around the house, man, I'm using them all the time. It's just simple. Throw them in there, heat them up, and the way they distribute the heat, they're easy to cook on. I've got some friends that got them after they've seen me use them, and they were pretty excited about it. They're like, man, this has really stepped up my game. People actually think that I know what I'm doing now. And there's a lot of truth to that. So, but I'm pretty excited to get Brad on and talk a little bit with him and just basically talk about what they're doing. I think a big thing is, they're big in the SCA, and I kind of want to talk to them about that a little bit because, that's a big part of their business. And what are they doing now? And where are they going next and all that? I mean, it's going to be back, but I just kind of want to talk about how they develop stuff with the different cookers and all that too. And then you guys can feel free to drop some questions like you always do in the chat, and we'll get them out there to Brad. But let's go through the chat a little bit here. Hey, Pickles, how you doing, buddy? We got Frack Daddy in here. Thanks, man. Thanks, Jared, for jumping in. We got Anderson Smoke Show. How you doing, Andrew? We got Daddy Dutch. I was reading the chat before I actually went live. I saw that he's, must be grumpy about a competition or something like that. So, you can't win them all, Dutch. Jeez. Just kidding. Johnny Meggs, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining me, man. I loved your chicken wing video. It was great. We got Craig from Behind the Barbecue, buddy. Man, you're always here, and I appreciate that, for real, dude. Seriously. We got Ray from Newcomb Barbecue and KB Barbecue. We got Steven and Jacqueline. Steven is one of my best modders that I have on the group. He's always there. He is always, and I think a lot of you other guys that do the live streams, you know how it is too. He's always very, very helpful, and that's incredible. The amount of time that he puts into for all of us. Tom's Food Factory, how you doing, Tom? I appreciate it, buddy, for jumping in here. And I saw a couple other ones. I did see, Brian from Mad Horse Barbecue. How you doing, bud? I thought I saw something about an ugly drum smoker that you might be messing with. So very cool, very cool. But other than that, again, it was fun. My youngest, he ended up getting first place in his age for showmanship. His cow was a little stubborn out there, but he was able to get that thing around decent enough. And then, let's see, his cow took 5th overall, which was decent, pretty good. And then he ended up getting in 3rd place in the grand championship, the whole championship of all the kids that end up being or I don't know, they got another thing, master grand champion or something like that. But very proud of him. He worked pretty hard on that this summer and through the spring. And so it was fun to see that part.
But yeah, other than that, it was kind of just a hectic drive around weekend and relaxing. Man, our weather here was beautiful. I know a lot of other people are dealing with some crap, but it sure was nice here. Jimmy EQ, how you doing, buddy? And we've got Delana and Wally, and we also have Steve from Owl's Nest Barbecue. If you guys don't follow Steve, make sure you do. He gets some incredible guests on his show. I don't know how much he pays them, but it's really super cool, the people that he gets on there. Hey, Lep, how you doing, bud? Thanks for joining in. We got Grumpus on Fire and Robbie Clark. Robbie Clark's like a big champion on winning the rubs. And speaking about that, hey, Bubba K, we have Ryan G's Barbecue and Stuff won the SPG. So, Ryan, when you watch the replay, because I know you're a few hours different than me, when you watch the replay, make sure you get a hold of me. But I think I have your Facebook or some way of contacting you, so I most certainly will send you something. But congratulations to Ryan. It's a pretty cool deal. So, all right. Well, hey, I think everybody's probably sick and tired of listening to me blat. So let's head on over and let's give Brad a call.
Hey there.
Hey, how you doing, Brad?
Good.
Well, welcome to Dead Broke Barbecue's BBQ Tavern Talk. How you doing tonight?
Good, Jeff. I just had to come inside. It just started raining out there, so.
Oh, you had to change spots? Well, hey,
nice
whatever.
Background there. I see that. Huh?
Well, yeah. We
got there.
get some spices, and we got a pack of the GrillGrates back there. So, you wanted to do it outside, but hey, inside's nice too. So
welcome to my kitchen dining room.
Yeah, there you go. That's good enough.
Right inside.
Yeah, perfect. So, I kind of told people a little bit about how I've worked with you, and that I eventually, when I started doing videos, it's so easy to do videos using my GrillGrates because I like them so much. And I kind of say that, if you are a YouTube influencer, it's important that you care about the things that you're showing on the videos. And I just wanted to tell you thank you for coming up with a great thing like GrillGrates, all right? I mean, you can do it on stainless steel racks a little bit. You can do it on cast iron racks a little bit. But GrillGrates, they just make it really simple. And again, I just want to thank you for coming up with a great, and I always call everything backyard barbecue gadgets. Well, that isn't even a gadget anymore to me. That's a necessity. So wow. I just wanted to tell you that I really like them. And, videos, yes, I might cook on videos not using them, but I certainly around the house when we're going to have some chicken breast or steaks, obviously, I'm using my GrillGrates because it just does really make it simple.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you feel that way, because thankfully a lot of other people do too. And it's really it's wonderful to be associated with a product that makes people happy. You have a high level of customer satisfaction is probably the best thing any business could ask for. So the rest of it is fun. I mean, we have a business, don't get me wrong, it's plenty of work getting on those boxes. But to have engaged and happy customers and guys doing what you're doing, I mean, it's like icing on the cake.
Right. So just a quick little, how you came up with this, just a real short little, story. I mean, I've heard it before and a lot of people have, but there's a lot of people that are watching right now that don't really know how you kind of came about GrillGrates.
Well, I was that guy. I was the nervous griller. I mean, you'd have that holiday meal or you're grilling for the family and you're moving chicken, your things are on fire. I could never relax until after grilling was over, right?
Right.
And I had the good fortune of going into a company and evaluating some products that they had. And here was this electric grill that was sitting on the shelf, right? And it didn't really do that well, and tried all different things. I took the Teflon off, put the holes on, did a few things and made some changes. But the fella was telling me, he says, you'll be amazed at how this was for the food. So it was a little part discovery, part invention. And then going to the patent office, and so we're patented in several major countries and around Europe and Australia.
Sure.
And now we have so many derivatives. We're just kind of niching our niche and then going wider with it. I mean, originally it was the backyard barbecue grill. We had one size, and it was an on-top accessory. It truly was a gadget.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And then, especially in the gas grill world, a lot of guys like you were saying, Brad, I want more. I want to cover my whole grill. I want to pull these cast iron things out. So only 7 or 8 years ago, we started doing replacement sets. And then the pellet grill phenomenon, we jumped on that wave too. And
Sure.
I have to thank some unnamed pellet grills for giving us another opening there. So we've been very fortunate, but it really kind of came out of the electric grill world years and years ago. The design concept did anyway, and I've kind of repurposed it, and now it's fun. We're in the restaurant and professional segments. We have our version 3 of the restaurant grade coming out. I'll have it actually this month. I'll have it in September.
All right, cool.
Soon. So, but no, we're having fun with it, and it's been 13 years now. So
Gosh.
I've been, and it really has changed I used to be that nervous guy. Now I'm not, right? I mean, I've grilled so much and so often that it's kind of fun because it really has become more and more. When we started, 13, 14 years ago playing around, most guys didn't own a bunch of grills.
Right.
Pellet grill thing was really just Traeger and not a whole lot of action. And now it's like, my gosh, this whole industry is, again, I feel very lucky. The whole industry has kind of grown hugely in the last 10, 15 years.
Sure,
and,
sure.
We've had a lot of fun with that.
Well, it's funny how you say like there was only like one model and then you kind of spanned out. I mean, I know when I looked at them a few years ago, you didn't have every single thing that you have now. And
Right.
and I think it seems to me that you guys, when there's a new grill comes out and it's a grill that's going to be around, now obviously you have a lot of sizes that maybe can fit in the different
Hey, even some
grills.
that aren't around. I bought Kid Rock's grill when it came out, right?
Okay, yeah.
I think we gave
Well,
it away to somebody, but I love this commercial so much, So yeah,
Yeah,
when new
well-
grills come out, we keep a good eye on them, like this Masterbuilt Gravity series. One of my guys, Hakeem, was just intrigued by the hell of it, so we get it in there, and it's
Sure.
like, wow, what an interesting grill. Pellet grills, we own 6 or 8 of them.
Right.
But I still also run a kettle hard. I love my, the Weber kettle is the first grill I ever touched, and it's still going. Not that one, but I have the red ones. So it's fun, and we really do keep an eye on the grill industry. And now we're keeping an eye on the indoor air fryer industry a little bit.
Right.
This whole smart oven thing. Your oven will not look the same in 5 years, man. What's going on inside is also very interesting. So
Right.
we've got other little niches that we're kind of crawling around in.
Yeah, and I've seen when you guys came out with the air fryer ones and stuff like that, and I thought, that's perfect because, I have an air fryer. I have one of those Ninjas, and I'm not particularly a fan of the type of sears that it leaves. It kind of looks like I don't know, something like some superhero would wear on their chest or something like that. But, and when you came out with yours, I'm like, well, geez, there you go, guys, So it's like, I see that you guys are always trying to market into anything that makes heat and can cook food. And and that's awesome to diversify into all these different markets and not just be the kettle.
I don't want to take too much credit here. Most of it is listening. The whole Ninja thing, I didn't even, this time last year, we were really busting on I didn't even know what the darn things were. I mean, we bought one of them, we bought the Instant Pot, but a couple of our customers were really persistent, and we made some special sizes to fit. They're all surprised. But I think you and I have, I can go outside to grill. So I'm not going to use my Ninja over my grill ever.
Right.
But if I don't have a grill and I'm on the 20th floor, by God, I can put a nice steak out all of a sudden. So, but our customers led us to that.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny you say that because I live in Wisconsin, and it gets pretty cold and nasty out here. But I'm still heading out to the grill. I'll tromp through the snowbank to get that thing going.
Pictures of people,
exactly. Yeah, and it's like, but I will say that it's kind of nice sometimes to just cook indoors when it's minus 20 degrees and you kind of want something. So I could see whether that with the fryers and all those different things, the air fryers, that how that would have a market for like apartment people and people that aren't even, they might live in a nice condo, but they can't even have a grill, because there is ones around that.
One thing, the damn things make amazing French fries.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, the best. Yeah, yeah. That's what we say all the time. I'm like, well, we can put them in the oven. No, get out the air fryer. Yeah, you're right. I'm
That's
just
about
not
all I
used
use
to
it
that.
for, really, right now. I shouldn't say that.
Right.
We have the new one. There's another Ninja coming out. I've got it coming into the office, and that's why I've got all this extra pounds around me. We constantly are grilling, it seems like.
Yeah, well, when I see on your website or I see on your YouTube channel, yeah, you guys are always out there messing around your Instagram and all that. You're always cooking. So yeah, it's great. I mean, that is part of the whole. You're in that market.
Well, it's the
And
grilling lifestyle. I mean, we're
Mhm,
fortunate we're living that. I mean, the
mhm.
grilling lifestyle has probably never been more relevant than right now. I mean, the grilling lifestyle before all this stuff happened was doing very well, thank you. I mean, a lot of people, especially young people, my adult children are taking to the grill. Imagine that, right?
Yeah, yeah, right, right.
But now, with everybody kind of being sent home, there's been a whole new group of people. But the grilling lifestyle is sort of like the antidote to a lot of the stress that's out there today. So.
Exactly. Yes. I mean, and that's a great point that you bring up because I think, just from the numbers off my YouTube channel, that I've seen at least a 25% increase of people that never grilled before. They just never did it. So they're looking for all these different avenues of how they were going to start cooking at home because, they missed a nice steak or some nice, grilled chicken with some type of noodle
I
thing,
think it'd be really interesting to hear all the stories. I bet you there's a lot of women out there said, "Honey, I think it's time you take up grilling." I
Right.
think there's a lot of that happened in the last couple of months, and or I'm taking up grilling. I just went and bought this Traeger, or this Rectech, and get it out of my car and put it on the patio.
Right, right. Well, I mean, there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of women too that got into grilling during this time too. I mean, they like to go out and eat nice meals like all of us. But when there was that kind of shortage on that part to go to the restaurants, I think there's a lot of girls and
It's
women that decided to start
It's
grilling
fun to
themselves.
watch the SCA right now. I mean, there's a lot of husbands. I just hope nobody gets divorced over a steak comp. But
Yeah,
there's a lot of husband and wives that are going at it, and it's really fun to see. So the
sure.
women are coming on strong in the whole grilling world. And again, that was happening pre-COVID, but I think again, COVID accelerated a lot of that
Sure.
trend stuff. And the fact that you can push a button and turn a grill on and your phone tells you when it's warmed up is there's all kinds of new conveniences that make grilling even easier and more engaging than ever. So uh,
Right.
it's a good time to be in the grilling business, and we're fortunate for that.
Yeah.
And it's good to see so many people taking to it
Hmm.
and enjoying it and delighting in it, and then getting engaged. And the next thing you know, the phone's coming out and they're showing you what they do, and they're hooked. And
Right.
you know,
Right.
so I have a lot of pictures on my phone from people sending me great food.
Sure, sure. And I see that, I mean, Megan, I'm going to talk about Megan a little bit because she's been a great help to me and with different things that I've done for like GrillGrates and videos and stuff like that. And, she was talking about that they want to start showing more people, the customers and people that are using
Yep,
your equipment and show pictures of that and maybe little recipes for certain people and stuff like
absolutely.
that, and I think that's a great idea to get other people involved in it instead of
Sure.
just your people like myself or some of the other, Instagrammers and stuff. But good job on that. That was a good idea.
Yeah, and she's got a great title. I mean, she's our content, Megan Bryson, our content and community manager, right? Great title. But we're
Hmm.
very fortunate. We've got our team is engaged. Our operations manager, I mean, she pulled up the other day with two Rectex in the back of her car. I'm like, what's this? She goes, oh, I drove down to Marietta and I talked to them and got a couple. I mean, I didn't even know this was happening.
Right, right,
So
right,
my
right.
whole gang, in fact, another fellow, Andrew, our Google guy, is out with the Kudu this weekend, doing a dry run for his bachelor party, and he's
Okay.
going to have this Kudu set up on a trout stream next weekend over Labor Day weekend. And I'm like, so we're living the grilling lifestyle at our place,
Right.
uh, and but Megan, yeah, Megan's got a big green egg. She's over,
Hmm.
and then she had that before she came to work with us. And then we got her a pellet grill as well. So when you come to work for us, you get a grill too.
Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. If anybody's watching and if you see like applications that they're hiring, there you go, guys. There might be a chance, So, Johnny Meggs Barbecue, he's asking, is there a right amount of charcoal to use with the grill grates, or is a chimney full good in a Weber kettle?
In a Weber kettle, chimney full's perfect. Absolutely perfect. I do see some of these SCA guys going super, super hot. I'm like, wow, they're going on at 900 degrees. I don't quite agree with that. But the nice thing about the kettle, and the thing I like to point out, is it's almost you have to get into a new habit. If you're grilling, you're going to spread the coals out around the whole kettle. We're also used to hitting it on one side and doing an indirect grill. If you're grilling on a kettle with grill grates, you do not need to do indirect. You do, unless you want to. So you can really fill the grill. And in that case, you may want to go, as your chimney burns down, maybe throw a little more briquettes on there. But one chimney is great. And, in fact, I'm a big briquette fan because you kind of know what you're getting every time.
Right.
So the briquette and the chimney and the kettle, it's, that's the Chevrolet. That's American Pie right there. I love it.
Yeah, that's right. And it's like, it's funny because like I always put like, I want to say about a quarter of a chimney down that's not lit yet. And I put that right through the center because I don't have the full Weber grates. Okay. I just have two that I think they're 20-inch long. And I put those two in there because I had it for a different grill, a rack of 20 and a quarters or whatever they are. And so I have just the two in there. So I just spread about, like I say, a quarter unlit. And then I light up a whole chimney and then I throw it on right across down the center so that those grates get hot. And, it's covering the whole thing. And that's how I do it. So a full chimney though, yeah, it will work especially if you have the whole surface of it covered.
Some of these newer charcoals, we just had the fellow from Lumberjack drop off a whole bunch of product, and we've been playing with that. I mean, we're lucky. People dump stuff on us, right? This Jealous Devil, I melted my chimney last week doing on the PK. I came out there, that Jealous Devil, that chimney was glowing. I had my glove. I'm like, oh my God, it was just like I had melted plastic from the handle on my glove. Some of this stuff is like it's like jet fuel.
It's funny you say that Argentina wood is really dense, and that's where it's from. I'm pretty sure it's Argentina.
It's funny you mentioned a Weber kettle. Perfect segue. We will have next week a new product for the kettle.
Oh.
Talk about a new product. It's a Half Moon. We brought this out for the Kamados, and again, I missed it. Didn't even think about it. And of course, as soon as we brought it out for the Big Green Egg crowd and the Kamado Joe crowd, everybody's like, what about the kettle crowd? I'm like, So we're going to have a 21-inch Half Moon for the kettle. It actually should ship in and arrive at our warehouse, hopefully by the end of the week.
Oh, geez, that's.
I'm excited for that because that's another derivative that there's a lot of kettles, and that's probably the most famous form in grill industry still.
Right. Yep. Well, that's cool. I mean, that's really cool. Well, it's funny that, the half thing, I would probably typically around my house use the half more than I would ever use the full thing anyways, so that's a great addition to all the rest of your product,
Hopefully we're going to have it in time for Labor Day. We'll see. It's amazing. Our supply chain being in Green Bay. I mean, those are in Green Bay, and I'm hoping that they'll be ready to ship literally tomorrow. And they left our extrusion house Friday morning. So we're working, we're able to really push it. We're doing a lot of things right now to keep in product, but I'm trying to slip in some new ones too, and I'm excited about that.
Well, and that's cool that you're looking at different parts of still for the charcoal users and stuff like that, and just having a Half Moon. That's a pretty cool idea,
Well, that kudu, I'll tell on myself a bad story here. When we first brought in the ones for the Kamado, we wanted to get a few without holes. Well, we got a few too many without holes. I wanted to test, but I didn't need hundreds of them. So, but anyway, we think it may end up in the kudu crowd. You've seen this kudu. What a cool grill. So we're testing it right now, without the holes.
No, the holes. Well. Okay.
Where I'm going to be sitting on a whole lot of half
for that. Right.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of uses out there. In fact, the flat top market, that's really where the no holes came from. The restaurant crowd, actually the food truck crowd, led us into that about 8 or 10 years ago. At these, I go to these barbecue conventions and there are all these food trucks and we're figuring out stuff. And So we have without the holes on a flat top for black stones, and
Sure.
it's
Yep.
doing pretty well on the restaurant side of things for a while.
And because I'm not familiar with it, what is the reason for not having the holes? Because the
Purely operational.
operational.
Purely
Okay.
operational. If you didn't have when you did have, I had guys putting these right onto their flat tops, and by the end of it, especially now when you're cooking in a commercial setting, they're floating by the end of
Okay.
shift.
Sure.
So, and when you have the no holes, you can actually rake all the grease right into the grease trap. So it actually went from kind of a sloppy solution to a fairly clean one, and you get more surface contact. So I think we're getting a little more heat transfer.
Heat through it. Sure. Sure.
But yeah,
Because that's the only thing I could figure out is that the holes are just running through. So, but that's
kind of swims on you.
Yeah.
We had a guy in Las Vegas, huge catering house. There was do weddings of for hundreds and hundreds of people, and he used his flat tops with GrillGrates probably 4 or 5 years ago. We did a lot of tests with guys like that, and that was one of the things we learned. He's like, "Man, I love these without holes." I'm like, "I can do that."
right.
There you go.
Well, that because it truly is one thing which you talk about in no flare ups. Now, like some people will say, "Oh, I seen a little flare up." Yeah, but you didn't have a flare up. Come on, you didn't have a flare up.
Bellagio. It goes up and it comes right down again.
Exactly. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
It's kind of cut off from its source. But even on a pellet grill, you don't really have to worry about that. But they still add something there too. So, but the flare up control in a gas grill is kind of like once you put them on there, it's like, oh my gosh, my grill is my friend. And then and it also evens out the heat, which is a gas grill issue too. So in the gas grill world, we really are replacement today.
Yeah.
We have replacement sets, and we're working on more. I'm trying to figure out this Weber Q. Everybody keeps asking us for a better solution on the Weber Q, and I've got a Weber Q, and it's frustrating me. So that's the kind of stuff that I like to get involved in, is figuring out how to. But the gas grill market, we're also looking at Napoleon because we get a tremendous amount of crust. So that's what happens, and
right.
And then we try to back into it. But we have probably 30. We have almost every Weber ever built. We have sizes for most charbroils, but they change a lot.
Yeah.
So that's what I have to tell people. Go to the website. We have 12 links, and some of these guys change their product, like Chevy, changes their trim.
Yeah, right.
So you still got to double up. But anyway, no, it's fun, and it's been a good time. I've switched to Scotch. I had 2, and I was waiting on you. I didn't want to have a third too soon.
Well, that's all right. I got to have a couple Coronas. We're in the tavern, so there's nothing wrong with. It's Sunday, and
Cheers.
Cheers to you. Good job.
No, it's fun. It's fun to watch what's happened in this industry. I feel like an old timer now. I was definitely an outsider. Didn't know a damn thing about the grill industry. Didn't even know what a big green egg was when I started GrillGrate. Okay, that's how bad it was.
Right.
Now, watching everybody between TV, and all the craziness happening with the competition world, which that seems to have waned.
Right.
Now what's happening? Although the SCA is skyrocketing, but that's such a family thing. It's a lot different. But the enthusiasm, it seems like there's just more and more people that are discovering the grilling lifestyle. They're taking it up as a hobby, as a husband and wife. I think the best gift you could ever give somebody who just got married is a grill.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
And GrillGrates. But seriously, you're giving somebody a gift that will help them, all the time, and hopefully light a passion in them. And the grilling lifestyle, I think is good for marriages and good for families. And, there's my apple pie soapbox for you.
Well, and you're right there because, my boys, they're 12 and 13, almost 13 and 14, and they cook with me. When we're just doing stuff around, they both know how I will let them cook hamburgers and brats now by themselves, and they can honestly go, when I'm not making a video, they'll go and check a brisket and see how it looks and all that. So that's just, you're so correct about how barbecue and grilling is so much more a part of not everyday life, but more often life, let's say. I can't really come on it, but
my dad grilled, and he was in the syringe business. He worked for Johnson & Johnson, and my job, he had this horse syringe. And we'd have it filled with water, and I was the flare-up guy. Literally, this is no joke. And I would be able to just hit that little bit of charcoal, not too hard to douse it. So,
yeah.
But yeah, father-son stuff, father-daughter stuff.
Right.
Hunting, fishing, and grilling. It is a part of life. And I think it improves people's lives when they pass on those kinds of experiences. I never got taught to cook, but I did get taught to grill by my dad. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, and that's, that's funny too, because like, every family has some type of tradition with some type of food and all that, or baking. I come from a very heavily Norwegian area, so a lot of things are Norwegian style, like pastries and in desserts and stuff. But then you get into my German side of my family. Well, it's all bratwurst and burgers and grilling and that open fire stuff more than my Norwegian side.
So we have to talk about our brat technique, which is really hard to do on almost anything but grill grates. When they split, normally you got to
Yep.
grab them and get them going because they're starting to spew, and that's the
Sure.
fire starter, right?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
when they split to me, I roll all the splits up and then take whatever beer you have left and then just pour it nicely into the splits.
Sure.
It gets stand back a little bit. You get a pretty good sizzle here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the smell is fabulous. It's just like one of those, kind of, finishing moments before you pull your brats off.
Pull them off. Yeah.
Give them a
Yeah.
little bit next time. Yeah, roll them splits up and hit them. But it is amazing because brats, those things are fireballs. You turn around and it looks like your T-shirt. It's rather black.
Yeah, exactly. And you're truthful there because, like, with around here, I always say we like a little char on ours, so I will blacken them a little bit more than a lot of people. But then we put them back into beer. We basically take them, soak them, and until this is my little normal way of cooking them. I don't boil brats or anything like that. We just put them in some beer with some water at a medium temp, and as soon as the outside.
Does the casing soak up the beer? I'm new to that, so I've never.
I can't really say that it does or it doesn't, but I know that there is more. I'm going to say there's a little bit more moisture, obviously, because it kind of puffs up a little bit.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
but as soon as they turn gray, I want them off. So then I get them off, and then we go ahead and cook them, and then they go back into a beer bath and sit there and soak. So that's just kind of the way that I've always done it. And yeah, but don't boil
You're coming
them.
from our country. You guys are experts up there.
Well,
I just
yeah.
discovered that purely by accident. Obviously, probably one beer too many. I'm like, hey, what?
Put them on there, yeah. Well, but it makes sense though because that splits open and it's hot and it's going to draw in that moisture. So that's a great little.
And the sizzling in the valleys, the beer kind of doing it is. It's quite an experience. So I in fact, you're going to make me want to have to do that.
Well, because I always tell people as little kids, little kids that when they first can start eating, the parents are slicing up, they don't slice up hot dogs, they slice up brats around here, so it's like, it's kind of that deal, we always kind of make fun of that, but really you can't go anywhere without having brats on some type of, a festival. There's always going to be beer and brats, it's just how it is. So it is a big Wisconsin thing.
We have our commercial grill brush made there. We used to be in Beloit all the time. I still stay in Beloit.
Okay.
We're right over the border in Roscoe, where our extrusion factory, our partner there is.
Mm-hmm.
So, in fact, I'm overdue to fly into Milwaukee and drive across and spend some time with our friends at, the American Aluminum guys who make our grates. So
Great, sure, yeah.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that that's one thing that I've always kind of been proud of, that you guys do manufacture a lot of that stuff right here in Wisconsin. So it's always like, yeah, it's kind of a cool thing. And I tell people, it's almost like you're buying a Wisconsin and you're helping Wisconsin. So, it's a cool thing, so.
Yeah. Green Bay, baby. I was up there in January, right before all this hit. We were up in Green Bay visiting with our anodizer, who we work with up there a lot. So yeah, it's fun to travel. I've gotten to know your state by tripping around
Right.
and been to Wolf over there in Madison, I think. So anyway, yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's. I'm ready to hit the road again. I've got some, little pent up itch to get out and travel again.
Yeah, I think a lot of us do. I am an essential worker, so I've been traveling the state year round. But like to go out of state, well, we haven't even thought about any of that type of stuff. So it's like, yeah, I'm kind of hoping when this all goes away that we get to go back to a little bit more of a normal, get in the car and travel a little bit again. So
too, and have some barbecues in the backyard. We haven't been having large groups. Not that we have big groups, but it's usually one of our little friend group is hosting the barbecue at their house, or So I'm ready for a little bit of that too. But in the meantime, until then, I mean, grilling is sort of our staycation that we're all kind
Yeah.
of using. I don't like that commercial that, where this gal's like, honey, we don't have to cook anymore. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Learn how to-
Right. Right. Well, and it's like, I've really agree with you on the stress thing about it. There's something about grilling or, smoking meat or any of that type of stuff that is a relaxation and a de-stressor, because you can think more about the food that you're trying to prepare instead of something to happen at work or something else, that's going on in your life, that you can just jump on the kettle, throw your GrillGrates in there and make some incredible crosshatch steaks, So, I mean, that there is such a de-stressor when it comes to grilling, that's for sure. Now, what is in the, like, from now, because I always ask YouTubers and all that, but what is kind of in your horizon from now until like next year? I know that's a long time because you guys are pretty innovative and all that, but is there something that you can kind of share with us where your direction maybe with GrillGrates might expand?
That's a good question. I don't want to jinx it, but I think we have a chance to really grow now. I mean, it sounds crazy. We're 13 years old. First couple three don't count. Then you have to get the team right. Then you have to get production right. Then you have to hope that the market's ready for you when you are.
Right.
So I guess if anything, we're hoping that we can see some pretty big growth, and I think continued. It sounds so corny when you say content, but we really do need to continue to stay engaged. But that's a normal thing. We do that,
Right.
As a matter of business. We are going to expand our pantry. We have this thing called the pantry, and I've been resisting it because I'm not going to bring out a line of GrillGrate spices. I see you guys some great products. I recognize. I can't tell why I don't have my glasses on.
It's not. It is in folk. Yep. Sucklebuster.
We are going to. In fact, we'll have a Sucklebusters gift set. We're going to be pretty aggressive in the gift lane this year, more so than we have in the past.
Okay.
I think if you really think about it, like I said, from a newlywed standpoint, get them a grill. Grilling gifts probably are going to be a pretty high segment. Right now, you still can't buy a bicycle. I mean, it's very hard. So I think we're going to stay in a kind of a hyperactive mode. And this may be the new normal for the grilling industry, because we may have just been blessed with a huge new pile of customers. And you're helping create them too.
Sure.
As people, get into this, and now everybody when you want to learn about something, it's like, boom, they're finding you, and they're like, honey, we can do this. We should get that grill. So I'm optimistic for our industry for sure. And I think our situation, we're poised to, and I'm proud of our suppliers. I'm proud of our team. We've got a really solid group of people who love what they do, and they work very hard. We had a very challenging summer. We worked most every Saturday in the warehouse, because just 6 days a week, and we couldn't keep up with it. And so I have a feeling that, as I told my gang, I said, you did really good. Now, do you think we can do a little more? I think there's more to come.
Yeah. Well, and that's exciting for you guys, that you're continuing to grow, and it's not just that you're pigeonholed into one area or anything like that. And obviously with the SCA, I mean, you're big in that competition realm in that area. That's huge.
And we were leveraging that so well this year. I hate to use that word, but it's true what we were doing. We were partnered with Ace Hardware and B&B Charcoal and the National Barbecue News. Kel was riding all around the country, got this beautiful trailer all stickered up. Weekends we're going to be at SCA's, and weekdays he was making retail stops at Ace Hardware.
Sure.
So we had a very aggressive, and we're spreading the SCA joy to all the Ace Hardwares because they're a partner of SCA. So we had locked and loaded a pretty aggressive plan to help. We want to help grow SCA. We want more steak cook-off memberships. We want more steak cook-offs, period. We think Ace is one of those people that can, there's lots of big parking lots at Ace Hardwares. It's just a really good one with Keith Todd up in Pennsylvania today. And they're already back on the ground going. So we had the SCA really teed up to do a lot with Ace. Hopefully that'll all pick right up in 2021. Sure. So yeah, the SCA it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Those guys deserve everything that they have happening right now too, because Ken and Brett, it's a typical startup they went through.
Right.
They had a
Right.
couple of tough years, they got it going, and now it's like they're on a rocket ride. It's all over the world, and the joy, the camaraderie of cooking steaks. I mean, it's like a condensed KCBS with even more enthusiasm, and a lot
Yeah.
less buy-in,
Right.
and a lot of camaraderie. It's everybody's cheering for each other. The big, it's an interesting environment. And I'm really proud to be part of it, and I'm proud of those guys, and I'm proud of every SCA cooker out there too.
Sure.
They're carrying the tool and the torch, and they're really they're ambassadors for the grilling lifestyle, just like you are.
Yeah.
So the SCA is good for our industry, and it's been great for GrillGrates for sure.
Well, I like how you say the camaraderie and stuff like that, because I really feel that that's your typical backyard barbecuer now is more able and more willing to go in be in a steak competition because it's a lot easier for them. The cost isn't as much, and
Absolutely.
and you can have your normal person come in there and win.
And it
I mean,
happens all the time.
right,
You get a
right,
guy saying, "This is my second comp, my first comp." I mean, you beware the first time guys because
yeah,
it's amazing. That just shows you how level the playing field it is too.
yeah,
But
right,
yeah, and that camaraderie goes right to the backyard too. When you think about it, when our buddies and stuff, that's one of the things we all have in common. I'm not a motorhead. I'm not out changing my oil. I mean, I do like my yard, but it's not. We don't bond over those things. Now, grilling and meat, okay. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
we're common for all of us,
right,
and all my buddies have great grills, and I've helped them with some of them. But I got a guy with a bull. In fact, Tom's buying the new top of the line Weber built-in gasser and putting his
okay,
Primo right next to it. His Rectex in the smokehouse. I mean, we're all living the grilling lifestyle, and I think that is. I think it's going to be super mainstream the next couple of years. And
yeah,
demographics were not working for the grill industry. Really, it's interesting because I'm in my early 60s,
right,
and the number of people grilling was actually going down. The young crowd were delayed having families and delayed buying houses and delayed having kids, my own included,
yeah,
and and so there was a kind of a demographic squeeze happening in our industry. A couple things didn't happen that didn't make a difference. Multiple grill ownership came out of nowhere.
yeah,
We never thought that we would have. I mean, I have 6 on the deck, but I use 2 or 3 of them consistently, and there's many times I'm using 2 grills.
right,
So multiple grill ownership, and then the young crowd finally came. I watch my children are kind of beacons for me on that one, but it's so much fun to see them getting into the grilling lifestyle and their friends. And then they're all saying, "Hey, you got to get this pellet grill." I mean, my buddies at Rectech, I mean, I got all of my kids Rectecs, and
sure,
their significant others' dad just got a Rectech because of that. I'm kind of watching this ripple blasting through our industry that I think
yeah.
is going to be big for years to come.
Well, and that's what I will say too. That 20 years ago, when I was cooking in the backyard, none of my friends, well, maybe 2 of them cooked, and we would do big rotisserie like pork shoulders and stuff like that, and all this different stuff that we were doing. Me and a couple buddies, and everybody just sat there amazed that we could do this. And it's
Right.
number one is like, well, my dad's best friend was a butcher, and what'd they do? On the weekends, they'd go do pig roast and stuff like that. So I was maybe around that a little bit more. Now I have friends that never cooked before in their life, 20 years ago, and now they're like, hey, this is so cool. I'm glad I bought a Traeger, or I bought a Pit Boss, or I bought a Weber kettle now. And it's like, man, where have you been? But it's
They're online. They're finding stuff like us. They're
yep,
finding the slow and sear for the Weber.
right.
All of a sudden, they're finding all these other tools, and the next thing you know, they're hooked. And it's like, then he's asking the wife, "Okay, can I get a pellet grill?" And
Uh,
and hence that's where we are. And that was all happening pre-COVID. But then we just took a turbo boost of
with it.
a whole bunch more customers coming in that door, and now they're all, and we're seeing the same patterns. The delight that people have, and that's kind of what we want to continue to nurture and
Right.
enjoy. And that's what Megan's job is, and Hakeem's job is to create some good content that gets people like you. He works with guys like you because it's fun.
Sure. Yeah,
And
right.
we love seeing what other people are doing because it's better. it's much better than coming from us. And it takes some pressure off too, because
Yeah, right.
we have fun talent out there, and we are trying to feature guys like you
Sure.
in our recipe section, and you'll see that that was also a big project pre-COVID, but that one's still on the back burner right now. We got a few other things to finish.
Yeah, Megan talked to me about that, and I'm like, I will put something together, but give me a chance, you know, because
No rush.
yeah, but it's something that I most certainly would like to be a part of that too, you know, because not that there's anything special that I do on the GrillGrates, but I just like them so much, you know, and that's probably the biggest reason why it'd be easy for me to come up with some type of recipe. Now,
Well, please.
Pickles Barbecue is asking, what are some of the unusual things you have seen people use your grill grates and cook? You know, what are they cooking on the grill grates? Some unusual
Well,
stuff.
cooking on or cooking the most, I guess the more unusual one lately has been this over the chimney thing, this chimney cartel. Even a whole group just started around chimney cooking. Now you aren't cooking for your family, but you can cook
Hmm.
one hell of a good steak or two doing that. So the chimney live fire stuff, I don't recommend it, but I see guys throwing them right on the coals. You can do that, but you may end up needing another pair.
You're right.
Uh, so food wise, I'm have to say it's 8:30 and I'm not sure I'm there yet. I will tell you my embarrassment. I cracked a few eggs on them the other morning and found out I could do eggs even with the holes in it. I was shocked. You know, the white
Sure.
kind of white to it. I'm like, wow, this actually worked. Um, I think the thing that's really kind of come into its own is kind of a combination, and that's what's fun. My grilling continues to evolve. I'm not doing it
Hmm.
exactly the same way I was 10 years ago. I'm
Right.
not even doing things like the rack of lamb. I finally learned to get all of that fat cap off, okay, so
Right.
that you have that beautiful glistening red meat. But I also reverse sear it now, and then it never sees the rails.
Yeah.
After it's reverse seared, I hit it here, and I'm actually holding it up, and I've got the tool propping the darn thing up and getting a phenomenal sear. So I do hamburgers that way too.
Hmm.
I'll three-quarters of the time it's on the rails. You get the
Okay.
drippings, that beautiful, sizzle and all the good flavor that comes from that.
Right.
But then right before I'm done, I'll flip it over because I'll have another panel laying there on my kettle, actually out front, and I'll just 30 seconds on the back side gives you just a little bit of dial in the crust.
Okay.
So again, we're learning this from our customers, but I can't think of any. I'm sure Hakeem and Megan are like, oh, you should have said this, you should have said. No, but
Well,
French toast to breakfast pizzas, I'm at a loss for crazy, unusual applications.
it's funny that you talk about the eggs because not too long ago I was like, I need to do just a breakfast video, and I tried them on the grill grates, and you're right, it doesn't all fall through the thing. If they're
I
hot, it's gonna
just
cook right there.
I made a sandwich on Saturday morning for myself. My wife's, into, these green omelets, which I'm not that fan of. So I'm like, I got this. So I just did one egg, three slices of bacon on an English muffin, and bam, I'm a happy
Done.
guy thinking this, and I did it all myself. So yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, and when you talked about the burgers, I always cook on the back sides the whole time when I use my grill grates on burgers. Now, we do the cross hatch. My
And
boys
you're a
did.
smash burger guy then. Don't you get an awfully strong crust when you do that?
I don't actually smash them. I just make them in the press, and then I put them on there, and that's it. And yes, then that's what I like. I want
You
that
want that
crust.
bite, yeah.
Yeah, and then I let them sit for a little bit, and
Sure.
they'll just moisten right up, and they're incredible, because I like that crispier stuff. Now, my boys did a video last summer on the rail side with some Wagyu burgers, and that's phenomenal too. So
That's in fact, I just caught my pellet grill on fire, and I realized I had Wagyu burgers, then I had some beautiful Hassel steaks, and some beef bacon from Hassel. So the other morning when I'm doing bacon, I'm like, oh shit, the whole bowl must have been full of grease. It was my Rectech. Okay, just grab the bacon off. I
yeah,
dialed it
right.
like 200, close the lid and say, it should be done in 5 minutes. It blurred itself out, opened it up, pumped it back up, put the bacon back on. No harm, no foul. But I had such a fire going because of all that beautiful grease at the bottom of
Yeah.
my. It
Yeah,
happens.
you learn that, and when you remember, that, yeah, okay, I did this last cook. I have to take off the racks and start scraping
I
because it's
have to
going to
tell
be in
myself
there.
to mind that because I grill on so many grills, and I forgot that I had used the bullseye. I'm a real big fan of the Rectech. It's the kettle
Hmm.
shape with
Yep,
the
yep, exactly. Yep.
fabulous grill. And I was just running the hell out of it for a couple of weeks. And we were on this Hassel kick, which I will throw out a shout out to Hassel Cattle Company in Texas. Some of the finest beef we've ever had, and we had
Sure.
quite a bit of it. And I was kind of being sloppy with it, I guess, and this beef bacon, oh my gosh. But if you grill long enough and you grow quality product like that, you're going to have some fires, and
Yeah.
that's okay. I mean, if just carry on, get your food off, and let it take care of itself, and
Yep.
put your food back on.
It'll burn off. It'll burn off. Just don't panic. It's like, I mean, I've had
Don't burn your food. Get your food off.
yeah, exactly. I've had a couple in my pit boss a few times where there was a mysterious, always the right hand corner. I'd get a grease fire there, and like I say, just pull the food off and wait for a little bit and let it burn off and get it back in there. So,
Yeah.
but that was typically when it's like, all right,
Last weekend, about this point, I think we need to clean our grills more often. I went out and hit my Weber gasser. I have a Weber pellet grill, the smoke fire, and the bullseye and the PKs. Actually, I did 4 grills.
sure.
And I was shocked. Even on the gasser, I mean, the amount of grease that was still in there. And then the grease tray you forget about. So it's public service announcement. Clean your grill once.
Once in a while, and because I'm always making videos, typically I always clean them out every.
Grill fire.
What? No, I missed that.
It's the wrong time for a grill fire. is when-
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I typically clean my ones that I'm going to be cooking on for the next, whatever, a lot more than I do like one that I've kind of gone through the realm and it's sitting back in the corner, but it's still a fun cooker. So I'll pull that out and I'm like, oh, Jesus, you did 2 pork butts on that last time. You forgot all about it, So yeah. So that's where that happens. All right, so I got one more question from Pickles Barbecue, and then I'll let you go. Do you have any desire to make your own grill?
Ooh. Okay, the answer is yes. But there's a saying in my family that you lay down until the feeling goes away.
Got it.
And you know what? I mean, I'm being very candid. 2.5 scotches in, I would love to build a gas grill. I think it probably wouldn't be a bad idea because that's where we help the most. That's where I think we bring a lot to the table. I'm seeing all these beautiful SCA grills, and I'm, shout out to Hasty Bake and to McGee Manufacturing, the C4 guys.
Yeah.
Oh, love you guys. I mean, they're building grills around GrillGrates now, and there's logic there. Let's put it that way. So that's a very good question by your Pickles Barbecue friend. You never know, but right now, in fact, one of the things we're seeing happening, and you are a pit boss owner. I'm segueing here a little bit, but if you don't use your pit boss a lot to smoke, then go ahead and put a full set of GrillGrates in there and turn it into a grill.
Right.
The Weber smoke fire, I've had 100% coverage in my grill since the day I put it in there. I've smoked on it twice. I've grilled on it 30 times.
Sure.
So we're seeing the replacement scenario starting to happen in the pellet world as well. But getting back to it, yes, gas grills, I mean, I'll throw it out there. Part of the problem is China. Throw that out there too, So I need to find a U.S. grill manufacturer like Cunningham or somebody. There's a few. You never know. But
Sure.
it's a stretch. I right now I'm going to answer my own question. The question he asked: lay down until the feeling goes away.
Right. Well, but
Never
it's
met
still.
people we don't like, so I don't want to. That's probably the answer. I will stay away. My guess is I doubt we'll do it, but there are times we think about it, or it's come up direction. Yeah.
If the right situation comes along, then you might do it. But if not, who knows? And I get that too. I'm
business. So I will tell you, I have been blown away. I mean, there's a new grill called Nomad out there. It looks like a little briefcase, and it's amazing. And it's like super cool metal. The kudos to Kudu. Okay, the innovation that continues to happen in the grilling industry is a tribute to American entrepreneurship. I have to tell you. I mean, this is a very American industry.
Yes.
I'm not. No offense to my friends in Germany. I mean, all those guys, but it's so cool to see the innovations everywhere right now in the grilling industry. So I probably will just continue to try to find my way with Grates and watch all these fun grill companies come out because it's, as you said, it's fun to get them in there. Our warehouse, I got a whole corner of grills tucked in, and then they seem to find their way to my buddies' backyards and stuff like that.
Well, yeah. When you talk about the replacement grates and all that, have you ever thought about like a little bit wider grate? Like let's say my pit boss. Have you On that, yes.
This is 10. This is 8.5 inches wide, and yeah, we have.
You have, yeah, because
Probably that'll be here early next year, actually.
All right, well, all right. There's some breaking news.
There's some
then.
breaking news, but we don't have the number. It'll take us a while. The gap panel. We have a 2-rib gap panel.
Right.
I mulled over that damn thing for probably a month and a half, and almost made a big mistake by making it 3 ribs and not 2.
Okay.
So that dimension we eventually choose, because it's a pretty big nut once we invest in the die and the punch and all the other stuff to make that. That's that's a very significant investment. But yeah, we probably will be expanding the line where it makes sense.
Because are people buying the 4-inch ones? Are they taking them and putting them like all across the whole like Pit Boss? Let's say, are they putting them across the whole Pit Boss?
Yeah, and Traegers.
Okay.
Yes, and it's just like a Weber Genesis. I mean, I've got 5 19.25 on my Weber Genesis.
Right.
On a Traeger, you'll need 5 18.5s to cover your Traeger. Or so we're seeing, especially if they're not using their pellet grill much to smoke, and they want to grill more and grill hotter heat. You add that last panel, you add a lot more heat too, because you do change. But we've learned enough now, and we've tested it with guys like you. Where somebody's like, I want a hotter heat. Like, add another panel or 2. I have the Rectech Trailblazer, and it takes 4 15s, drop in, take out the old grates. But then you keep your old grates around, because when you're doing a big old pork butt, you're going to want those things, and you pull the grill grates out. It's almost reversing the equation. Instead of putting grill grates in when you grill, you're taking them out when you smoke.
And it's like, can you? Is it going to bring? I mean, because I know that you guys always talk about that it adds about 100 degrees. Correct? About 100 degrees.
We'll add more if you cover the whole thing.
Okay, it will. Yeah, because I that's one reason why I kind of thought about it, because I thought, wonder if I just took them through GrillGrates because I'm not going to lie to you, a lot of the cheaper Chinese pellet grills, I'm not thrilled with any of their cast grates that they make, because they break and they're no good in my opinion. And I did think about that. I'm like, wonder if I could go ahead and just throw a bunch of grates in there. But I'm like, they get 100.
That's right.
But I'm like, if I do that and I tried to low and slow something, well, let's be, it's not going to work.
You can low and slow. We have guys doing. I don't, because of the mess.
Yeah.
I have guys finishing their brisket though. When they crank it up, just to mark it up and to get a little bit of a char. At the very end.
Sure.
But anyway, there's lots of fun. I mean, it's a good stuff, and congratulations to you. I mean, I hope your channel and the endeavors you do, but you're certainly having fun with your family. They're seeing you do cool stuff and passionate about this, and we celebrate your passion for this, and we
thank you.
Are thankful for that.
Well, and thank you much. And yeah, my boys always get a little cameo usually in my videos and stuff like that, doing something silly or, falling down or whatever it is, because that's, entertainment for me is when they're in there. And I guess the people that watch my videos like that type of stuff too. So, but I appreciate that.
Real cool.
Yeah, I appreciate that you guys are good supporters and awesome behind Dead Broke Barbecue. I appreciate it a lot. So,
we have a lot of fun out there with you guys and this whole grilling phenomenon, the grilling lifestyle, and we are appreciative of that. I appreciate you having me on and doing this. I get to meet a lot of interesting people doing this, and it's always fun. And it's hard not to talk about grilling. See, we took almost an hour already.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just, like I told you, we're gonna come in here and we're just gonna talk, and you did a great job, and I really appreciate it, Brad. And if you aren't doing anything and you want to jump into the chat and say hi to some of the people that are in there, feel free. If you got other things you got to go do,
how to do that. How do I do that?
You'd have to go into YouTube and find that link.
Okay.
So
I'm probably gonna pass on that. I bet you Megan might be hanging around in that.
She might be.
I just showed my technical prowess right there, Jack.
That's all right, Brad. It's all good. But I really appreciate you coming and hanging out with all of us, and in positive outlook on the rest of this year. And let's look forward to a bunch of SCA competitions in a reign of freedom next summer for sure, because as much as the whole GrillGrates and all the barbecue manufacturers had good sales during this, it still made it a little not as enjoyable.
It's a little bittersweet when we know that
Right.
everybody else is. It's a very tough time out there.
Yeah.
Although I'm still optimistic too that we'll be getting back to what we made us a lot of good things were happening and will
Right.
continue.
Right. Well, and good luck to you. But I know you know how to make success out of all your products. So good job.
But we have fun. We really do have fun, and we also are very fortunate. We know how lucky we are, and we don't take it for granted. And I remind my gang every day, we didn't do all this stuff overnight, and COVID helped, but they also did too. We've got a good team, and it's fun to go to work. I mean, after 13 years, this will be it. Then I will probably be out shortly.
Yeah.
Megan gets in at 8. She starts early, and I like to be right there so I can get my Megan time.
Yeah, there you go. Well, perfect. All right, Brad. Well, thank you, sir. Yes, me too. And have a great night. And we will talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Stay in touch.
All right, bud. You bet. Talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Bye. All right. Well, there we go. Well, I hope you guys really enjoyed that conversation. Brad is one heck of a fun guy, and I just really always enjoy talking to him. So let's give him a big round of applause for that one. Being that I am such a big believer in the GrillGrates, we are going to be giving away another set of GrillGrates tonight. So in the replay, make sure you get in there and you do the hashtag GrillGrates. Okay, GrillGrate. Sorry, hashtag GrillGrate. Okay, so I'll type it out, and we are going to do hashtag, and you can capitalize or whatever. It should still bring it up, but I don't know. Here we go. So hashtag GrillGrate. Make sure you guys get in there and have a chance to win your very own set if you don't have them. Again, Brad pretty much nails it right on the head when it's just fun to grill with them. And they do. We didn't talk a lot about how they work. I think a lot of you guys can all, you've seen my videos or you've heard me talk about them, but they are just a heat sink, and it really distributes through those grates and makes your cooking more even. I mean, I trust my boys cooking chicken breasts with those things because just the way they run. So good job, guys. But just make sure that you do it like Duke. You put the hashtag GrillGrate in the replay after it posts. Okay, so come back and put in there because the way the YouTube works, I can't go off in the chat and pull it. So just wait for the replay afterwards, tomorrow or whatever, and put in there hashtag GrillGrate, and then after the winner, I will contact you, and then we'll send you out. They'll send it right directly to your house. So it takes a couple weeks, but you'll get them. It always works. So again, thank you, Megan, and thank you, Brad. I'm pretty sure Megan's in the background watching, but I appreciate both you guys for joining me tonight. All right. Well, you know what time it is. It's P-Break Polka, so let's get that out. I'm still working on trying to come up with something visually for you guys, but the only thing I can think about is that I go down and stand by the my swimming pool and take a pee in the woods. But man, I got to come up with something for the pee break. So all right, time to take a pee and reload.
Hey, geht's euch gut? Super. Hey. Zicke-zacke, zicke-zacke.
I hope all of you guys got a chance to go pee, men and ladies. Franken beans. And if you're a dirtbag, it's time to like light up another cigarette or take a tin at your own dip a chew.
Super.
All right. Well, I'm looking through it. Looks like a lot of you guys had a lot of fun in here. Great chat. Thank you for joining me, the cleanest shaver. Mike from Cooking with the Big Cat 305. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you. Julie, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. I saw your name pop up a few times. And Duke Chester, thank you for joining me, bud. Appreciate that. Just remember, make sure that you put the GrillGrate in the replay. Let's see who else we got in here. Hey, Brad Lucas is here. Thank you, sir. Good evening to you, bud. Ash Kickin' Barbecue. How you doing, buddy? Who won the last week, Jake? It was Ryan G's Barbecue and Stuff. He is the winner of the SPG. Hi, hey, how you doing, Russ? I used to be a Copenhagen chewer. I used to chew Copenhagen all the time, but I went to Grizzly Mint. Such a dumb move, but I don't know. I like it. Well, hey, thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yeah, it was a fun interview. That's for, hey, T-Roy, thanks for joining me, buddy. That's all right. That's all right. That's okay, sir. I just appreciate you coming in at any time. Thank you. And I'm going to try to get you on the show. I need to send you a message. And what else do we got? I saw a super chat, and thank you. That was from, and I got to scroll back here. Thank you, Crash FPV. I really appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. All goes back to the show, just so everybody knows. So, you know, it's part of the YouTube life. You take what you make and you throw it right back in there. That is right, Jake. I agree with you 100%. My GrillGrates, I gotta say the same thing. They are really good for cooking steaks. You know, I can cook steaks on just stainless steel grates or anything like that too, you know, but when I use my GrillGrates, it's just simpler. It's just easier, and they look kind of cool. Now, I like cooking them. I haven't done a video on it, but I like cooking them on the backside too. You talk about a sear, but I just haven't really perfected that time on the backside. That's probably the issue. So I like to a lot of times just do the hurry up and cook them in the few minutes deal. Wow, geez, T-Roy, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Cheers to you too, bro. 100%, man. Thank you, sir. But no, you know, I mean, I think like a lot of all of us, you know, grillers and barbecuers, and there's some pretty big YouTubers in here right now. I mean, everybody uses some GrillGrates typically, you know, typically they're just fun. They're fun, you know, and every time that I show some of my friends that are just starting out in the grilling, you know, I show them the GrillGrates, they're like, what the heck, you know, what are these things? Well, they're anodized aluminum grates. Oh, hey, Smoking Joe, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for jumping in, butter. You know, I mean, I tell you, you know, Joel, you haven't been in the chat lately, so my chat's been a lot more boring. No, I'm kidding you, buddy. I'm kidding you. Thanks for coming back, buddy. Haven't seen you. Whoa, holy cow. Thrash Metal Home Brew and Barbecue. All right, well, welcome, dude. But no, oh, Laura's in here. Hello, Laura. Cypress Blue. How are you doing? And what did you do about? Just kidding. I was trying to come up with a sentence. I'm about to get another beer. that's all sent in like kindness and joy, Laura. I just love it when I listen to a lot of Canadian YouTubers and they got a boot. Well, I'm a boot. It's great. Now, I almost have that same Canadian accent, just so you know. I think we got to talk about, I don't know if Ash was talking about this earlier, if Darren was talking about it, but I think he did pretty good with his brisket this weekend in a competition. I am pretty sure that he did. So, what do we got? I clicked on the wrong one. Well, hello, Steven. So, there you go. This is the one I tried to kick. I am going to kick your ass with me boots. Very good. Very good. But no, so if you guys haven't, I think Steven might have shared my link if you're looking for it. They don't cost any more or any less. If you use my link to get yourself a rack or a set of GrillGrates, feel free. It helps, obviously, but the big thing is that, you can always just keep that link and when you're ready, because wait until after next week's show to find out if you want them, all right? That's my suggestion. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I don't do the whole, I've done smashed burgers, but I always think that that's like a Blackstone, and if Mike is still in here from 305 or Lep is still in here, he could probably correct me on this, but I always felt like smashed burgers were just like on Blackstones, or like griddle things, and it's like, I always kind of just smush them down, but, good enough. Hey, Cleanest Shaver's back. But, you can do them. I've seen people do them, but I typically just got this little hamburger press, and my boys, they don't really argue too much when I tell them, you want burgers? Yeah, well, then get out the press. So we'll make them ourselves a lot of times, and pretty easy, actually. Pretty dang easy. Just take some parchment paper, whatever the hell that crap is, and just throw them in there. Oh yeah, my grill grates are covered. It's the way they should be. They're good in season when they're nice and black. It's the way they should be. But I'm going to ask, what did anybody cook special this weekend? I told you that I didn't cook at all. Jimmy, no. I can see if you end up winning, I can see and ask, but I'm kind of going to just go by what they always offer me is the 16-inch 3-pack grates, and you get the spatula with it and all that. So, but well, we'll see. On that, just go ahead and buy it, man. I don't think they'll be ready to give that out yet. So I don't know. All right, so here we got some stuff. We got the cleanest shaver. He did 2 pork loins, and he's going to make a brisket this week. Awesome. Grumpus did an overnight brisket on the Lone Star, I bet. Classic Southern shrimp and grits. Ah, cool. That's cool. I got to check that one out, because I'm not really familiar with grits. I'm not going to lie to you. I've had them before, but I don't really know. Brisket burgers for Joe. Awesome. Well, we all missed you. Oh no. Hello to all I missed. We missed you anyways, Chris. Thank you for jumping in, bud. Smoked my first queso. All right. It's so funny. Like, that just took off crazy. Doug Schneiding is, I think, the inventor of that on the internet just lately when he did that video. That just blew up. It's not a YouTube video. He did it like on Instagram, and it just took off. So, Brad, you were busy. That's all right. little dry, but you haven't made too many briskets yet, buddy. So but yeah, you get sidetracked. Sometimes that sucks. Texas versus Carolina pulled pork. Well, hello, Mr. Bukla. How you doing, buddy? Country style ribs. Johnny Meggs made some country style ribs on the kettle. It's a southern thing. That's right, Russ. It is a southern thing. I mean, because I've had grits before, but I just I don't know what it's made out of. I always thought it was rice, some type of pasty stuff. Oh, wait a minute. T-Roy, you don't got no GrillGrates yet? What are you talking about, brother? I will hook that up. I will tell Megan that she needs to get a hold of you. Trying to decide to do, I want a Bronco or a Longhorn reverse smoker. They're both good cookers, buddy. The Longhorn's going to give you a little bit more, cooking space. That's one thing about it, but you're going to be, like the Oklahoma Joes are still kind of charcoal / wood offset smokers, but you certainly can, cook just wood in a Oklahoma Joe's Longhorn. But on the Bronco, it's going to be wood and charcoal. And the Bronco is only 18 inches, the grate, so it's a little smaller, but, it might be a little easier to tend if you're newer to the whole cooking part of it. In controlling a firebox and all that can be a little frustrating when you first start out. That's very true. That's very true. See, that's what I'm saying, Joe. That's what I missed. Your little like apartments, but they're all stuck together. Grilled some jalapeno and jack cheese sausages. That sounds good, KB. Good job. Ray had some spare ribs on my chicken cooker. They turned out okay. It took forever, and I thought I was cooking as much as I had 10 to 10. Really? Something going wrong with your controller, Ray, or what? Oh, you have the 3-in-1 combo. Yep. Well, if you want to try to do some whole pigs, buddy, you're going to have to go with a Longhorn. Hey, CJ, how you doing, buddy? Welcome. But no, I will talk to Brad for you, T-Roy, and we'll work that out, my friend. No problem. My smoke setting gets me to yeah, there's something wrong in there, igniter or controller or something, dude. Something's not right there, Ray. Customer service time, because your smoke setting should be right around 165 175 max on the smoke. My poor pit boss just took travels to a new family today, and I filmed it. I'm very excited about it. They are not barbecuers. It's a really good friend of mine. His name is Mudguts. That's his nickname. You can imagine. His name is Mudguts. And we are going to, I gave it to him and he picked it up, and it was a lot of fun. He was in the video a little bit with his boys, so it'll be a good one. It'll come out in a couple weeks. So, but yeah, I gave my pit boss away. So, and I felt good about it. Because he's the type that would like duct tape his grill back together, so he didn't have to ever have to like buy a new one. And he really just does, like, he's your typical, like, dad that, like, okay, it's 4th of July, I better get out there and, like, cook some burgers and brats. Well, he doesn't do a bad job. I've been over to his house, but every time I come over to his house, he hands me the spatula or the tongs and says, all right, well, you're cooking. And I don't have a problem with that, but I kind of wanted him to hopefully amplify his backyard barbecue fun, and I'm excited to see him with the pit boss. So he's not going to become a YouTuber or anything. He has the personality for it, but he's too busy with his. He's a teacher, so. Boy, my phone's blowing up. All right, here's a question. Here's what he's telling me right now. He made some steaks today, and they turned out wonderful, super tasty. Did it like you said. The steaks were fatty and caused a little flare-up. I had a rough time trying to control the temperature. Well, we'll have to talk to him offline. But no, it's still, yeah, good old mud guts. All right. I just did a video today with my Smoke Daddy pipe and the 1190 and did the burn off on it. So I'm ready to get that thing going, and I think I'm going to do some big old beef ribs on her. I picked up some beef ribs on Saturday, and it wasn't my kid's cow. I couldn't eat it. I like that damn cow. Well, Chris, I don't. He likes to grill. He grills steaks and hamburgers and hot dogs, but he's never made ribs or anything like that. So I'm hoping he tries to do some of that. So, but yeah, it's maybe a little truth there. Whoa, Troy, how you doing? Thanks for joining, buddy. We're hanging out, drinking a beer, and we're in the tavern. It's pretty laid back tonight. Now Chris is getting some laughs out of that one. It might be Julie from LA, Leroy. I think she's from California. I know her husband is the cook though. He's the barbecuer. He's the barbecuer. But yeah, so this next week I'm hoping that I can get out there and actually get another cook going on it. No, I don't have that, Duke. I don't have a, not with the GrillGrates itself. I show kind of my favorite way of grilling. I have a brat video where I show my favorite way. It's my dad's way that we always do it, but I don't always do it with a cast iron pan on the kettle itself. But when we go camping, that's how we always did them. We had a cast iron, and a lot of times we just did it on an open campfire on a tripod and put that cast iron in there and do it that way. But yeah, that's the only one where I kind of soaking them in some beer and all that type of stuff. Bear steaks on Barbie. Be sweet. I've had bear before. Black bear. I'm going to share that one, Joe, but hey, more power to you, buddy. Yeah, that's right. Bear is awesome. No more bears for Chris. Yeah, right. Yeah, there's truth there, Ray. Oh, darn it. Chris, don't lock up my live stream. But I don't play copyrighted music like Chris does all the time, so I should be safe for the most part. That's true, Daddy. There's 100% truth to that. And I wasn't actually cooking at the park. I was actually cooking right at my buddy's house. Looks like a park, but yeah, we had, thank God, that was one pack, and I lost 40% of them when I dropped it. But we had 2 more packs left, so I was well okay. All right. Whoop. All right, T-Roy. Thank you, sir, for coming in. I appreciate it. I am going to send you an email now, so look out for it. You know, we've corresponded before, so, but I'll send you an email. I'd love to get you on maybe in the wintertime or something like that. I'm kind of booked up through November, but I think it's time we get you on here. You know, get the cheers. We gotta hear the cheers, buddy. But thanks for joining in. Yeah, there you go. I think Charlie sent you a message. But yeah, so I'll lay low if you play the P song again. No, just keep on going, dude. I don't care. I'll play the P song after a bit, but nah, just enjoy, buddy. We're at that time of the show where it's just, you know, you're in a tavern, everybody's had a few, some, you know, a little bit of talking goes on, you know, and we start saying things that, you know, sometimes, well, it comes out funny, or sometimes people are offended. As long as we don't have to head out to the parking lot and do the fisticuff thing, we're all okay. That's all right, T-Roy. I don't blame you for staying off from social media and emails. You must get a billion of them, bud. I actually had a guy send me a message, and I didn't get a chance to reply back to him about the GrillGrates. He said, and I don't know if he was watching or if he is watching or he watched earlier in the conversation, and I don't have his name off the top of my head, but he asked, is it really worth buying? And I'm going to reply to him, yes, if you can afford them, buy them, because you will like them. Yeah, there's truth to that, Darren, that's for sure. Well, of course, Jimmy, you're always supposed to be drinking a little bit, buddy. Yeah, it's like, you know, I think people's like tolerance levels for like BS now, they just can't handle anything anymore. Everybody's like just like on the verge of like swearing all the time. It's like, just drink a beer and grill. light a fire and start cooking some food, dude. You need to relax. Yeah, there you go, Jimmy. Yeah, it's the same with me. My wife always says, you know, don't drink too much during your show tonight. I'm like, well, I ain't gonna drink any less. Nibs. My son's cow name was Nibs. His name was, because now he goes off to make wonderful food for everybody. So, but you know, that's part of the thing that I think a lot of these kids, they learn that part of it when they raise a cow, and then they got to go through and. But yeah, he did a pretty good job, and I'm, you know, kind of crazy, but he did way better than I thought he would. He worked with his cow enough. His cousin she's won a lot of trophies and stuff like that, but he was right there with her, so that was good. Yeah, Duke, I sold my pit barrel to a friend that's wanted it really bad and begged me a lot, and because I already had another drum in the garage, I didn't need two of them. So yeah, I sold mine. I like the pit barrel. I just like the Bronco just a little bit better. And I should have done a comparison. I could always get it back and talk about the two, but I do like the Bronco just a little bit better because there's times where I don't want to just like set it and forget it. There's times where I really want it to like just kind of low and slow cook and not just fire up. And there was several times on my pit barrel that, man almighty, I was like scared. All right, Russ, I'm glad you're doing good. You're safe and all that, buddy, from Hurricane Laura. Very good. But yeah, have fun and render out that video, buddy. We'll see you soon. I just cooked on the TH Modifies PBC today. Now, I didn't think that was a PBC, that picture you sent me, Brian. It looked like just a regular old, like a 55 gallon, but I didn't look at it that close, but I thought you were burning out a 55. Oh, Tom Horseman Modified. Okay. Gotta go all. Work gave me an iPad. Now I gotta set it up. Enjoy your social distancing. That stuff's over with, dude. We don't even wear masks in my area anymore. Okay. Cooked on the PVC. Yeah, I saw you had a bunch of just regular scrap wood there that you were getting ready, so that's what I thought that you were just burning it out, so pretty cool. I got to get some Big Papa Smoker accessories and put one together one of these days. Well, thanks, Meegs. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. But you have a good night, Chris. We'll see you soon, my friend. You know, I forgot to put limes in this beer. No wonder why it tasted different. Oh, darn it. That's why I tell everybody it's not that I like Corona, I'm just addicted to the lime. Where are the pictures of the week? Oh, Charlie. I didn't really have many. And they're kind of boring ones. They're a picture of the new Slow and Sear and a picture of the 1190. But I could always see if I could play a different video here for a second. Let me see if I can do it this way. If I go to this screen, right? Gotta find it. Right here, let's see what happens. We're gonna try this. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Not now. Not now. Or if I go here. If I go here. Alright. We'll just delete the WTSO. And then if I go here and choose a file, then I'll press stop on this. Let's see if we can show a little. I'll show a little video. How about that? Let's see if this works. I'm going to push the limits. If I get kicked off, sorry everybody. Love you all and thank you for joining, but let's see if this works.
In today's video, I got the Smoke Daddy Pellet Pro 1190 and we're gonna do an unboxing and an assembly on it. Hey,
Can you
this
hear
is
itself? I
Ricer from
shut
Dead
this-
Broke
this?
BBQ, Wisconsin, and welcome back to the channel. But if you're new here, we try to help you enhance and amplify
Or did you
your
guys lose the
backyard
sound?
barbecue fun. Now, I can't be a fib or a liar. Doing this assembly was pretty dang easy. Now, it took a little bit longer to put it together, but that's because we had one big heck of a rain delay. So grab your toolbox and your spectacles, Bill. It's time to start amplifying your backyard barbecue fun. Who's your smoke daddy?
Okay,
All right,
still got
so Smoke Daddy's here. Now we got to get this thing put together.
I gotta find the
The
spot where
Stork has delivered us a new baby. We got the Pellet Pro 1190
Find my
from
kid
Smoke
here.
Daddy.
see where we're at here.
Put our bolt through. Put this on. And just
All right, let's see if this
flat side is on that side, or you're gonna have this
okay. Where?
spin around in a circle. So make sure that you got it in part. You don't have to work as hard. Strip this down a little bit
Gotta
more.
find more of my kid.
So it's pretty simple. And we'll just spin that on. Just finger tight. Of course, it's gotta rain. Pull us in a little bit. So after that minor rain delay, let's go ahead and start putting these legs on. Now you'll see wheels are running parallel. For assembled, pretty great.
Screw
I
this
did it
up.
the other way because of the shelf. You're gonna wanna make sure that that hole is facing out. Don't have it this way or you ain't gonna be able to put on your bottom rack. If you see like this, that's how it's gotta be. Not a big
All
fan
right,
of
see you later.
do-overs. I didn't wanna have to redo it all by myself, so I'm making
All right,
Jake
here's
help
where
out.
my kid.
Better than drilling a hole.
This thing gotta go in the house and get dried off. Don't turn it on, it'll wreck it. So now we're gonna put our shelf on it, and there is some self-tap nuts at the end here. So just make sure when you put it on though, you have it like this, but the flat side is on that.
I gotta see.
Start tightening up these casters onto the frame. Okay, I said the heck with the wrench, and we went.
I gotta find that part.
Then we'll
with
put
him.
this
Oh, yeah,
outside one
here-
on.
Here
You know,
we go. Here we go.
Breaking things down and tighten things up. Takes a while. I'm glad they supply this wrench, but
Sorry,
it would
guys.
have been easier if I just went in the toolbox and got the right size. So I'm gonna start tightening up these casters onto the frame. Okay, I said the heck with the wrench, and we went and got a socket. All right, here we go. Flip it over.
Yeah, here it comes. Oh shoot! It's dragging now.
All right, now we're gonna go ahead and put it on our side shelf, and I'm gonna let this young man hold on to it, and he'll just stick it
All
through.
right, so I better get back out of here because I think
And
we're
not
gonna
wiggle.
freeze
Then we'll
up.
put this outside one on. You know, everybody's all wet and sticky.
All right, there we go. So the little that's gonna post tomorrow. So, but yeah, I don't know if it started breaking up a little bit, but yeah, he was gonna be like sledding and all that. But oh, look at there's Jake right there. So yeah, Jake was helping me put that one together, and it was pretty good, pretty funny. But you know, that's just kids what they like to do. You know, they like to have fun like that, and nothing wrong with that. You know. But he told me, oh, it's a really nice cooker, buddy. But yeah, he's like, Dad, I don't know. It might be on film. You didn't really notice. But he goes, it was really funny. I tried to slide down the hill and I just took a nosedive. So it was pretty good. Yeah. But anyways, everybody, I might cut out of here a little bit early. Thank you for joining me. We're getting down, we're getting lower now, but I will try to have some pictures for you guys next week. I always like to share them a little bit with you. And I didn't have my kid actually caught that. I've got one that's like doing the cow thing, and I got the other one that's just addicted to fishing. So it's been pretty fun to see both them guys get into a different than video games. So it's good to see that. You know, they love playing sports, and that's not an issue there, but not just like thumbs. You know, I always call them thumbs. How are your thumbs doing? You know, so But yeah, still fun. But, so next week I'll have some pictures. I'm going to probably do beef ribs on 2 different cookers. That's my goal. 2 different cookers next week. I bought a big cryovac of them, so we'll split them up and put them in 2 different ones and do. We love beef ribs around here. Obviously you see that I've made a couple videos on them, but I can honestly say that I think that beef ribs for the past 3 or 4 years now have been like my favorite. Well, not obviously, you don't know, but we make them a lot. So, but yeah. Oh, I sure will, Brad. Yeah, I mean, the burn off went real well with it today. I started, they tell you to go at 350 with it, and I started at 275, and then I ran it at 350 for another half an hour. So I ran it, both of them at half an hour each, and there wasn't a lot of machining oil in this cooker. Some of the cookers that I've dealt with before in the past, everything is just like almost sopping. These were it was just a little bit, So I was pretty happy about that part of it. Threw a little canola oil in it, and yeah, we'll see. But it sure did hold temps pretty good. It's got a left to right thing, but I don't think there's a single barrel, horizontal type of cooker like that with a fire pot in the center that any of them, I think they all have that left to right, a little bit of a temperature difference. But this was about 25-ish from one extreme side to the other. Man, a guy can live with that easily. Little hot side is always good, and I say that in the video because if you got a stubborn chunk of protein, you throw that over on the hot side for the longer duration, even them out, so. Hey, Adam, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for jumping in. I am actually getting off now. Time to do some other work. I want to try to get this video so I can post it by tomorrow. And it is my, for all my viewers, it's my last WTSO ad read for a while. So I got to try to find something else to say on there. So all you guys that are watching out in the back there that want to sponsor my videos, let me know. But kidding. But anyways, everybody have a wonderful week. Take care. Make sure that you're safe and you get out and grill a little bit, because if you live in the northern part of the United States or northern part of Canada, northern anything, snow's coming, and it's not that far away, to be honest with you, because it's going to be September now in a couple days. So we gotta get ready for it. And I will be going live next week. I forgot to write that down. I don't think I got anybody on there, do I? Charlie can probably look at it. I can check it out. Yeah, I have nobody scheduled. I'll probably still do a quick little live if we're not gone. So we'll see. Just another one of BS shows with me, but I'll try to maybe come up. I've been working on a new intro, so it's not the same old intro. We've been running that one for a while. But it's always, what do I do? Do I edit an intro or do I edit a video? Well, it typically always swings towards the video side. So, but yeah, everybody have a great week and a great Labor Day too. If I don't talk to you, have a good one and enjoy it. But everybody take little time to yourself next weekend, because obviously, it's kind of the typical barbecuer's last hurrah. So, all right, well, let's stop this and let's get into the next part as soon as I can find it. All right, everybody, take care. Thank you for joining me, and thanks to Brad and Megan for helping out to get GrillGrates on here. Make sure you guys all get over and when this replay posts, that you get in there and do the hashtag GrillGrates, because it is your chance to, if you don't have them, you can get a set. So, all right. Good night, everybody. Oops, wrong song. Let's get this one off. We'll start it over then, Jake.
It's closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Thank you so much for joining Ricer on BBQ Tavern Talk. Before you go, make sure you hit that thumbs up or hit the thumbs down. Leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notification ringy bell. All of those YouTube things. Action figures sold separately. Batteries not included. If symptoms persist, seek medical attention. Only one per household. Call toll-free number before digging. Caution, filling is hot. Do not fold, spindle, or mutilate. Do not remove tag under penalty of law. Refrigerate after opening. In the unlikely event of a water landing, your seat cushion may be used as a flotation device.